Hi, thanks for joining me on the Gem Sapphire channel. I also invite you to check out my Instagram account, Gem Sapphire. So today I wanted to start off a series where I pretty much go over every Mothership palette by Pat McGrath. So this will be one of 3 videos. So the first palette I'm gonna talk about is the Mothership 1 Subliminal palette. So I want to do swatches, have a tutorial on a look from this palette, and then at the end just kind of give my thoughts on each palette in the Mothership collection. So first of all, I just love that, she takes the time to do this lovely artwork for each one. It has a Japanese, in my mind it has a Japanese feel to it. And then each palette is encased in this lovely, very sturdy package. Even the back is, reflective gold. And then there's a really nice stick mirror that comes with it. And then she includes a little card with the name of each color. So I just wanted to point out the colors that are matte in this palette. So there's dark brown depth, the lighter brown ultimate taupe, this extreme black. You'll find this color in all 3 of her palettes. And then we start going into shimmers, shimmer metallics, and duochrome. Yes. So the shimmer ones is Skinshow Nude, Lilac, Dusk, and Substance. The duochromes are Pale Gold 002, BR Violet, Blitz Blue, and Astral White. So I've nicknamed this the blue palette just because this is the color that popped out in my mind. So let me just go over the swatches. So I'm going to do row 1 first. So row 1 doesn't really stand out too much on my arm, being that I'm tanned. But I tried doing it both dry and wet. So Skinshow Nude depth. Well, even with the matte colors, as you see as I wet it, it's a lot darker. Ultimate taupe, Pale Gold 002, and BR Violet. Especially with her duochromes, you definitely wet them, because then that's when you start seeing the depth of each color. Because with Pale Gold 02, the gold really pops out when you wet it, and then with BR Violet, you definitely see a lot more of the pink come out. And then on the second row, so let's see, Extreme Black. As I mentioned, this is in all 3 of the palettes. Definitely that's convenient, especially if you want to do, you want to have your smoke out your inner corner. So that's nice that she has that in each palette. See, Lilac, Dusk, Substance, Blitz Blue, and Astral White. So definitely with the ones that are duochrome, when you wet them, they really do bring out the flecks of color that are in them. See, so I would say with the this Blitz Blue, it's a lot darker when you wet them, and this Astral White, you see more of the pink blue that comes out. So please join me for the tutorial so I can show you a look that I came up with this palette. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and do my brow colors. So let's see. So I'm going to use MAC 239 brush to do my brow colors. So I'm going to use Skinshow Nude and this one Astral White for my brows. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Oh, actually, before I forget, let me go ahead and put on the 24-hour anti-crease eyeshadow primer from Too Faced. I have oily lids, so this is a definite must. Okay. And then MAC 217 brush, I'm going to do the transition shade. So I'm going to use Ultimate Taupe. And then for the inner corner, I'm going to use MAC 233 brush. And I'm going to do the inner corner of Astral White. So I'm going to use my MAC Prep and Prime in order to wet it a little more, just because I really want these colors to truly look enhanced. See? Just by wetting it. Not only does the color pop more, but you can start seeing the undertones. The shimmer, the color. So this Astral White is different from the color that you'll find in palette 2 and 3, which is called Astral White Orchid, that has more of a pink in it. But this one has a little bit more of a icy blue or baby blue. So as I apply it more, you can see those specks. So I'm trying to decide if I want to use which color for the lid, either this one, VR Violet, or this one, which is Lilac Dusk. Lilac Dusk. Ooh, Lilac Dusk. This palette's so big, it's hard to get the whole thing in the screen. Let's see. You know what? I'm just gonna go for the VR Violet. Gonna wet this brush a little bit too. Okay. I mean, I figure if I don't like it, you know, can always go back and fix it. That's one thing that's nice about makeup, it's not permanent, you know, feel free to explore. It's not as dark as I would like, so I am going to do the lilac dusk after all. During the day, it might be hard to see these colors as much since they're more towards the sheer glimmer, but believe me, at night, this is where this palette really exceeds expectations. Okay, here we go. And then I'm gonna dip into the Lilac Dusk. Yeah. I mean, always if you want a brighter, a less sheer color, I mean, what I do is I lay down a matte first, and then I put on colors that, you know, are more sparkle based. Ooh, see? As I lay it down more, you can really start to see that violet. Okay, and then I'm gonna go back to my MAC 233 brush to do the outer corners. So this is the fun part. This is where I go into the Blitz Blue with my brush again. Pow, right? I just love that this blue is not afraid to be blue. So often when I use other eyeshadow palettes that the color blue, I mean, once you put it on and start to blend it, it kind of just disappears. But no, this one, you really do see the color come alive. Just trying to find a shading brush. Okay. Just go back to my MAC 217. Go. And then I'm gonna use my Hakihodo B163 just so I can dip back into the Blitz Blue and line my eyes with it. Okay, so that's my final look. So join me right at the end where I finish it up. You know, obviously I'm gonna put some mascara on, maybe some eyelashes, and finish my whole face. Thanks for joining me. By now you've seen my look in the tutorial. So my ending thoughts on the Subliminal palette. You know, when I first saw this online, I wasn't excited about it. I just saw a bunch of browns and one blue. But now that I've had a chance to really play with the palette, I really do like it. Out of all three of her palettes, this is the most all-inclusive. You don't have to reach for another palette to do your brow colors or transition color. You really can just stick to just this palette in order to do, you know, your whole look. You know, the Skinshow Nude and the Astral White for your brow color, the Ultimate Taupe for your transition color. And then, you know, inner corner, you can do one of the lighter colors like Pale Gold or Astral White again. And on the lid, you know, BR Violet or Blitz Blue or Lilac Dusk. I mean, it's a very versatile palette in that sense. You can dress it down or dress it up. So I would say, yeah, if you want an all-inclusive palette, definitely out of the three, reach for this one. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video and the look that I came up with. If so, please hit like. And please join me for the other two videos where I cover the Mothership 2 and the Mothership 3 palette. Until next time.